Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the Sonic the Hedgehog 3, the movie, Sonic and Shadow figures from Jakks Pacific. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, these figures look fantastic, and really, overall, Jakks Pacific has, especially lately, been doing a fantastic job with their sculpts and their paints for a lot of these video game movie figures. Obviously, they've been doing a lot of Sonic and Mario, and just, yeah, these are kind of next level, I think. And yeah, as you can see, like, lots of detail, bright colors, sculpts look fantastic, proportions are pretty much as they should be. The articulation, which we'll get on into later, definitely helps with that. But in terms of just the looks, and again, the sculpt, we get the hair kind of textured in there. For Sonic specifically, we do get these kind of translucent pieces mixed in. And I think that is more to account for a future version of this, which I currently have on pre-order from Target, which will have a light up feature. And I think those are kind of part of that, though curiously, that is not present on Shadow. So there's that. But speaking further to the head sculpt, again, just spot on likeness, but also we get this really nice translucent, just like window kind of for the eyes. And then obviously you've got these pupils and the iris, like they're kind of painted on a flat white surface behind that. And it really gives it this really beautiful depth and just really cool looking overall. Not only that, but yeah, just overall proportions are great. And we can see the shoes, and we get some of the kind of texturing to the socks themselves. We get the bottoms of the soles sculpted in as well, so really good work all around. We get the same stuff with Shadow. They're basically the same figure, which is why I decided to review both of these together. And we get slight differences, like obviously the cuffs here for Shadow are different than the kind of bands on Sonic. The head sculpt is obviously going to be different. Like I said before, we don't get any of those translucent pieces here on the top of the spikes or the quills. We get those same awesome eyes. Obviously, we get a more kind of angry expression for Shadow, and for him, it's a little different. Again, looking like dead on from the side, you can see there's more of a gap between, the inside of the eye and the edge of the brow. That's what's going to happen. Dead on, it looks perfect. From the side, it's questionable depending on how you feel about that. But then obviously the upper torso, slightly different sculpt because we get the tuft of hair here, if I can get that to focus. There we go. As opposed to Sonic, who is just a different color for his belly, period. And then we get different shoes for Shadow as well. And again, even the bottoms are completely sculpted in and punched in with color. So really, really good stuff all around. Just really fantastic looking figures. Articulation, balance here are impressive as hell. And as we can see, freestanding kicks. I've had varying success in terms of getting into this pose, depending on, I guess, the ambient temperature, but overall still fantastic. It's awesome that you can get them into that, especially considering how heavy the heads are here. I'm going to use Sonic as the example. Again, they are the same body for the most part, so articulation is the same, though for whatever reason I'm not getting as much range on Shadow's legs, so I'm assuming that's a production thing. But for the head, we are in a ball joint and not really looking up, unfortunately, but we are dealing with a lot of plastic back here. We do get a little bit of down, get a little bit of tilt, and of course we get rotation. Then we get butterfly joints of all things. I was not expecting that. I actually passed these up the first time because I did not realize how deep the articulation went. And really good range there as well, especially considering how thin these joints are. Then coming up, we get into a straight up Y pose in terms of the hinge and swivel at the shoulders. We get bicep swivel. We get single jointed elbows that come to just about 90, depending on where you are. You can actually rotate that a little bit. Pardon me. You can kind of come past that, so you can get some really nice poses there. You do get hinge you get swivel and hinge. Actually, the left on mine is stuck for Sonic. However, the right, you do get the hinge there. Speaking of a hinge, you do get a hinge at the fingers, which I'm not usually a fan of, but they actually work in favor of these figures because they look great as fists. And you can also, hold objects as well, which obviously works for Shadow because he does not come with a gun. So there's that. We get a ball joint here in the waist. And not really any crunch, but we do get rotation from that. But we do get a little bit of movement kind of forward and back. So that is what it is. For the hips, again, we're getting, well, not again, but we are getting full-on splits, positively beautiful. Front kick, full-on 90, beautiful again. We do get a straight-up thigh swivel. Again, we get those single joints at the knees, but those are coming well past 90. It's beautiful. No rotation down here, unfortunately, but it does work from the thigh. Then we get some really nice point, some decent forward, and actually some very decent rocker as well. So that will do it for articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here they are with some domestics. With some imports. With some monsters. Finally, with our articulated icons, Oni and yours truly in human form as a Valverse Action Force figure. So my final thoughts on the Sonic the Hedgehog 3, the movie Sonic and Shadow figures from Jakks Pacific, is that these figures absolutely rule. I have been waiting for Jakks Pacific to kind of bring back this level of quality since this Mecha Sonic figure. Still one of my favorite in my collection, just period. And this is the first time, I think, because I've gotten a few Jakks Pacific figures since then, that they've really kind of started matching this level. And yeah, that makes me so happy. I mean, certainly if you're a Sonic fan, these are a must-have, I would say. All the pictures you're seeing and, kind of the hype, I think is real here. Are they perfect? No, but what is? And there's just so much good going on here. This line is still going to be going. I mean, the movie doesn't even come out until December, so hopefully these are going to be hitting shelves more times. They showed up in Walmarts. Once people realized how good they were, scalpers went crazy. They're now showing up in Targets as of me recording this review. And hopefully we'll see it from online resources as well, because as far as I can tell, these have only shown up on pegs. I can't even find landing pages for anything. So yeah, hopefully this keeps going because this is awesome. Jakks Pacific, keep doing what you're doing if this is it, because again, this is one of my favorite figures ever, and these are now up there. So yeah, cannot recommend it enough. I wish you the best of luck in locating yours. But that being said, I hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining. And if that's the case, hopefully you come back because we do multiple reviews a week of figures like this and more. Just, kind of whatever I found appealing. So if you enjoyed this, you'll hopefully enjoy the rest of those as well. But really at the end of the day, I just hope you're well. I hope that all of your toy dreams come true. And most importantly, I hope that you and yours stay weird, simians.